over the weekend, I finally got to play one of the most anticipated games I've been waiting for a very long time. A new Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Well, to capture the footage did not go as planned. And we'll talk about that and more after this. To sum it up, let's talk about what happened. So here's the journey of getting the game. This is a line for, I guess, Resident Evil. And there it is. I thought the line was for Resident Evil. It's actually for Pokemon. Yeah, for Pokemon, not Resident Evil. Only 3 of us for Resident Evil, the rest are for Pokemon. I got my Resident Evil 9. Show up to Best Buy. There was a huge, long line. Physical games are back. People are waiting in line to get the game. That's what I thought. I was wrong. It was all about Pokemon. Best Buy got a restock of Pokemon. Picked up my game. Still had a lot to do that day, so I didn't get to go home till later that day. Brought my PlayStation downstairs into the arcade room, hooked it up, then I got my MacBook Pro, and it wouldn't capture. My Elgato died. So I sat around going, what do I do? Now I don't know what to do. I've been out all day, and it died. And I was really looking forward to recording and getting my reaction for it. Well, that's my Elgato as I try to repair it. Probably hear my kid up there laughing. He's gaming. I'm supposed to be gaming right now, playing some Resident Evil 9. So I don't know if I'm just going to game and say, screw it. I did an SOS if anyone has a 60S. I know it's an older model. Used it just a couple days ago, and I don't know what happened. Decided, no, I just don't want to work anymore. I'm in my Resident Evil gear, my RPD, little sweatshirt. I have my RE hat. I decided just to play the game. So I don't have my first impressions, but I did start capturing after buying a second 60S Plus because I like that version of it because I can capture retro footage. I don't capture a lot of modern footage, I capture retro. Played through the whole weekend. I have not done that in a long time where I just played a single game all weekend long. And it was great. Graphically, it looks phenomenal. It looks like the most realistic Resident Evil game. You play a new character, Grace, and you play Leon. I'm not going to give spoilers here, but I will talk about the game. The game came out. A lot of people have streamed it. You'll see my gameplay footage here. This is not the original gameplay. This is actually my second run through, which I'm actually playing a little more sloppily the second time because I'm looking for stuff and I'm kind of experimenting a little bit. I played a little bit better in certain spots the very first time I played it. When you play Grace, you get to explore why all these deaths are happening. So you show up to this hotel, she goes in, and she starts experiencing the horror firsthand. Now, here's the thing about Grace. I like her as a character, but I don't know if it was a conscious choice, a directorial choice. The actor really speaks that way, but she has this way she talks where she sounds like she's scared all the time, even when she shouldn't be.
Why me?
Like, Grace, like things like that. Halfway through the game, I find like, okay, she's still doing it. I understand like certain spots because Grace's stuff is really enhanced in horror. That's where the horror elements come in when you play Grace, which is great. The atmosphere is there. You get chased around by something that kind of makes Nemesis look like a little kitty. That's what you used to say about the giant in Resident Evil 4. That's where I felt fighting the girl. She would come out and you really only have like a lighter to go around and you're trying to run from her and you have to get in the light. That stuff is really amazing. All those elements are great. And the game is set up kind of like a yin and yang thing. You have Grace, which is really heavy in the first half of the game, with a little sprinkle of Leon in, and they feel vastly different. Leon is superior in his combat. He has the guns. It's much easier to fight enemies as Leon. Grace is full more of the Resident Evil atmosphere, the horror. And then the second half of the game, when you go back to Raccoon City, that's when you get to play more of Leon. And then it goes a little less Grace, more Leon. Kind of how it does in the beginning of the game where it was mostly Grace, then Leon. As for story, it's pretty good. There's some things about it, and I said I don't want to give spoilers away. I like the fact they brought the T-Virus back. Well, a mutated version of the T-Virus. They don't really talk about why certain things are happening. You know that Leon is infected with this T virus, I guess residual issues from his Resident Evil 2 days. And also, so is Sherry, the little girl, Miss Birkin, from Resident Evil 2. They don't bring up Claire, they don't bring up Jill, they don't bring up Chris, Ada, or all these other people that potentially have this T virus residue. Barry, forgot about him. They don't talk about that T virus residue if it affects them. We know it affects Leon, and I'll give this little minor spoiler. Also, Sherry's infected. If Sherry doesn't look like she's infected as bad, there's a little cameo of Claire, but it's nothing major. I thought they would talk about her, especially Sherry, and it never happens. There's two different endings mostly. You can do A and B. And let's just say the rumors are somewhat true if you choose A. Those rumors about what happens in Leon. When you get to Raccoon City, it was like me, 1998, going to Justin's house, seeing Resident Evil for the first time, going, oh, I'm back into modern gaming, because I was out of modern gaming for a while till I saw Resident Evil 2. There's flashbacks of Resident Evil 2, the remake, not the original Resident Evil 2, but the remake, which is a great game. I like the remake as well. The police station is there, well, half of it or something. There's a lot of great little stuff in the game. Little stuff sprinkled in, like, remember this? And I like they didn't overdo it. There's not liquors in there. But let's just say it kind of reminds me of a Buffy episode when they go do the initiative and there's something still left.
Rest easy, officer.
Going through the Raccoon City Police Department is just great. You can go to the STARS office. You can see the picture of the STARS team.
Good lives needlessly lost.
You can see Jill's hat covered in dust. You can go to Rebecca Chambers' satchel. It's like, oh, there's going to be nothing in there. Going to the PlayStation again, I heard a noise, and I go, what is that? Almost like a bunny hopping, kind of. Didn't hear it the first time I played it. So I go there, and I thought I saw something jumping around the window. I did. It was Tofu. I even tried to take a couple pop shots at him. There is a cabinet you can't open. You need a key. Open the locker, you can get a charm. But that's not the important thing to me. It's the homage what they have in that closet. Looks like a PlayStation 1. You got Mega Man 8, and then there's the original copy of Resident Evil. Not the director's cut, the original. Actually, there's a disc that might be Nemesis. I like the little Easter egg they threw in here. I know it's supposed to be mostly spoiler free, but I just really want to give a huge shout out to Capcom about this. This was amazing they threw this in there. And I like the fact that they brought in, I guess a little tiny spoiler, I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say Leon's stalker is back. He has a cameo, and you had to go toe-to-toe with him again. Love little things like that. I'm surprised they didn't throw in hunters. I will give that a spoiler. There's no hunters in the game. There was a little throwback to the first Resident Evil game with another monster towards the end of the game. Overall, I think it's a great game. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I think it's the best Resident Evil game I've played. I say traditional Resident Evil game, I should say. I played since Code Veronica. I like 7. I like The Village. But this was more true to form. Even though The Village had some really scary parts, so did Resident Evil 7, but it went off in a different direction. Requiem brings it back to the T-Virus, brings it back to Umbrella, brings it back to the secrets. But there are some questions I have in the game about, okay, are they ignoring certain stuff that happened previously? So I guess you can say this timeline is from the remake point of view. Nothing from, I guess you say Code Veronica down, matters in this game. Remake only. About Remake 2, Remake 3, and probably the remake on the GameCube. Remember in the end of 3, the original 3, they nuke the hell out of Raccoon City. Well, that doesn't happen in this one. I guess he used a neutron bomb or a hydrogen bomb, some other kind of bomb. It destroyed the city, but did not exactly destroy the city like a nuclear blast would do. There's no radiation fallout. Destroyed the infected, supposedly, and that's when you go back to Raccoon City, trying to get into Raccoon City. I really enjoyed my weekend playing it. When I was done, I was really, really happy. Hopefully there is some DLC. My buddy Tim, he played through this as well. We were kind of chit-chatting. We both like the throwbacks they had, the certain enemies they brought back.
Oh, God. I remember that, too.
The action's great. The gameplay is great. 4 elements, I said, it's there. Great game. You know, maybe I'll just capture the whole thing and upload it. I'd be doing that anyways, uploading some of my playthroughs, especially for retro games. Well, this is Josh Retro Dad. Just want to talk a little about Resident Evil 9 Requiem. A lot of people are enjoying it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Did you like it? Well, have fun. Go game. See you next time. If you like this type of content, if you don't mind subscribing, making a comment maybe. I have a lot more content coming, and see you guys on my next video.
So it really was all my fault.
Correct. Never again.